Then Jesus came from Galilee to the Jordan to be baptized by John. But John tried to deter him, saying, I need to be baptized by you, and do you come to me? Jesus replied, Let it be so now. It is proper for us to do this to fulfill all righteousness. Then John consented. As soon as Jesus was baptized, he went up out of the water. At that moment heaven was opened, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and alighting on him. And a voice from heaven said, This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased. That was on the baptism of Jesus in Matthew chapter 3. An image that I hear about in my church that I think about pretty often is regarding Jesus' baptism is how the water swallowed him up. He was fully immersed. He was fully immersed in the river, and in the same way that the water swallowed him up, that he was surrounded by water, he would later be surrounded by rock in his grave. We hear a lot about the symbolism about this new life is also for Jesus. It is a new death that he is welcoming. Very heavy stuff. But you know what's not quite as heavy? Game Devin, Game Devin. Get some OSTs back. There we go. Let me announce this live stream. So. And the Twitch is connected. Ugh. The Twitch wasn't connected that time. They missed out on the little Bible reading. And I forgot to put up an. I'm a mess today. I forgot to put up a new picture. I forgot to make sure the Twitch was alright. Wow. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We're off to a slow start today. I think it was for the best to just, I don't know, just get into it, you know? You don't need pleasantries here. Sometimes I get worried that I'm gonna, like, launch the live stream and, like, announce it in, like, someone else's stuff on accident at everyone. have a coffee with me today. What am I doing? We're game deving today is what we're doing. What do we work on? Maybe we'll work on our model today. So we can start working on these like jumping animations and such. Seems about right to me. Old buddy here. First thing, I think we're just gonna do some light programming today. Anything new? Where is my code? So what we're gonna do is fix the, there's a little bug with my subtitle system, and it shouldn't be hard to fix. So as you can see here, we blow out the candle, and then at the end, we call a function that plays that sound and makes the fire go away, changes the animation. Which is wonderful. But I think I have to reload the game to do this. If I go over here, you blow out the candle, it resets. Not only does it reset, but if we fill the buffer, then it'll never happen. So that's bad. Actually, I need to test this bug. Okay, so that does still work. So we need to make it not reset, and we need to make it... I'm thinking about what do we do. Like, if we fill up the subtitles, will it skip to the end? Will it skip to the end? I have a feeling that might bite us in the butt later. That's the only one way to find out. So subtitles ads. How are we removing it? Hmm. Neat. Oh, I'm glad I'm not streaming. Or I'm glad I'm not streaming that monitor. I just checked my buddy Joey's stuff, and I saw probably the largest breasts I've ever seen in my whole life. Oh. Pedal box. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Let's see if this fixes. Okay, that fixed the bug number 1. Fixed bug number 1. What about bug number 2? Nice. That's a little speed running strategy, I guess, is to interact with the thing like 3 times to make it happen instantly or whatever. That was actually pretty easy. I don't know. Hey, bear. I like my little bear's pen. I'm looking at this little guy. He's a. I've been working on like the base for one of these like little loot guys. That's what I'm calling them for now. A loot. I think saved 3 options. Oh, yeah. How do I get her to cheap? We out here? What's good? There we go. Now we can go here. These new legs I made. Hold on till they look right. It's good. But hello, welcome, not Bustly, my little live stream. We're working on her legs right now because they've been kind of a pain to animate. So what I've basically done is lowered her pelvis to be down here, and we're just gonna see what this does to the animation. And if it screws everything up, then it screws everything. That's my idea of how this is gonna go. That's kind of why I haven't been working on animations, is because this is gonna screw a lot of things up. Now, I was not speaking clearly. The reason I haven't been working on animations is because, for her at least, is because I need to make this change. And I know that the more animations I do before I make this change, that's the more animations I have to fix when this like inevitably screws everything up. That's what I meant. So edit mode, your position is right here. Is that a good place for them? Very risky editing. But it's what must be done. I need these legs below pelvis. I don't know. Moment of truth, I guess. What all just happened? Oh, it's because... Joey Chimney said he would watch my live stream. He said in my Discord, he said he would watch my live stream, and he isn't here. And it's been like 13 minutes. It's been like 17. It's been like 20 minutes. He said he would comment and he didn't. It makes me kind of glad Torball didn't get wiped up. We barely see him anymore as it is. This is all good. Everything seems to be working still. There's probably going to be like clipping on some things there that has a dress. She has her dress. Let's see. Oh, she doesn't have her dress. What the hell? That's because I made it invisible. That's scary. Feels so naughty of me. Editing these things. Like while they're still, I don't know. I'll just edit whatever animations I have to, honestly. We're already in this deep. Is it because she's in the rest? What is going on? Title. I want to make a new stage. I think. So funny and right. What do I... Oh yeah, I was gonna make a room. Stupid. Let me go to my scenes maps. We're gonna make it. We're gonna call this the Fulbright room. Fulbright room. We're gonna get rid of a bunch of stuff. That just like hurt my eye. What the hell? Am I gonna have an aneurysm? What the hell was that? That hurt my eye. I want to edit the text. What do I do? Well, first of all, Where would I do? Maybe when I load the scene? Load level. Maybe. Disciple. Equals. I'm going to set this text to child. Get meta. Metadata. Let's see if this works. Joey Chimney, what's good? I was just talking shit about you. I was actually. I was talking about my buddy Joey Chimney. Damn, what happened? Unknown entity type crab. I gotta remove crab. Right now we're working on a bunch of stuff right now. I fixed a bug. I changed her model, so I made her. God, what the fuck is going on? What am I printing? And that's nothing. Object does not have any event. You should. What? Change level. Level path. Okay. While loops do not work in Unreal. Yeah, did I use a while loop? Oh, never mind. I don't know why. Yeah, a while loop I mean, you can. You just it has to finish before the frame. You have to. It has to like finish, or else it's gonna get stuck. It presumes that it's gonna exit at some point. Like I don't like when I'm in Raylib. That's how you do the like the entire game runs on a while loop. You do like while true, and then true never stops being true, and that's how you make the game like not immediately exit. I feel like I'm being facetious though. I know what you mean. What is going on? Label 3D. Okay, so it's a label 3D. Label 3D. Fuck! Hold on, I just spilled my coffee. Gosh, diddly darn it. Gosh, diddly darn it. They don't know I keep them wipes on me. They don't know I keep them wipes on me. There we go. I thank you, Jesus Christ, for humbling me in this moment. And you know what? Gay spastic? What's good, gay spastic? But you know what? I spilled the coffee. I went in with the wipes. I spilled the coffee. I went in with the wipes. And now that area is cleaner than it was before. This was a blessing in my eyes. I see this. This was a blessing that my coffee got spilt. I'm happy, in short. Who is there? Who is there is me. This is my girl, the Slink. Right now we're working on Axe. Tell him to bring out the wipes. Okay, so now see, now it shows the scene that you're about to go to. So this should take me to the Fulbright room. That put me in the Fulbright room. I gotta give the Fulbright room some, gotta give it some collision now. Hey, bears. What old buddy looks like. What you're doing? What we're doing is, how do I explain what we're doing? Well, we kind of just got done doing the thing. We were working on this little like level loading entity that I made, and we're just making it because now I have two like testing levels. Uh, we made it so that it tells you like in this text above, it tells you what level you're about to go to. So that's what's going on, And now we have to figure out something else to work on. Today's going fast. Today's going fast. We made her legs bigger. Let me see if I can unhide her, or if I can hide her skirt, so we can see the new legs. Tell them to bring out the wipes. Tell them to bring out the wipes. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little thicker. Little less string bean. Little less string bean. See what she looks like here. That's one way to get in the wall. I she, you will she, you will she. Keep launching myself into a wall. I just want to get a look at her animation. I had a lot of fun making these. Gosh, I love game deving. I'm new to Rumble, it's great, well so am I. I've never had a Rumble in the chat. I'm being real, the only reason I'm on that website is because they have a free restream. It's honestly pretty smart, so. It's nice. It's gonna be really nice to animate her now that she has a pelvis. Because before she didn't. She didn't have a pelvis before. She just had legs that just came down from her like skirt thing. So that's exciting. I don't know what these pose assets are in Blender. I'm also wondering why is it not playing. There we go. Oh, what do I work on? What do I work on? What do I work on? YouTube removed my videos with false claims. That's happened to me too. Kind of sucks. I feel like the jump feels a little stiff right now, so maybe I'll work on this. Maybe I'll work on this for a little bit. Gay behavior indeed, yeah. It's whatever. Get used to it. I'm really surprised the animations aren't like super broken. I expected them to be. "90-day ban, damn. That's kind of crazy, actually." My buddy Torball got a 2-week ban talking about something I can't even talk about. Something that I thought was perfectly reasonable for him to talk about. Something that was very exciting. Raylib isn't gay though? No, I love Raylib. I wish I could show out that little. I've been using Raylib, uh, trying to figure it out, and I was doing that while I was on my little vacation. I thought that was like a piece of dust on my screen. And I was working on like a little collision system, like actually colliding with a mesh, and I thought it was very fun. What is going on that's like making it so choppy? There's not even a frame of animation in this part. I don't get it. Copy the pose. Um, what? Blender crash? Okay. There's like something Blender doesn't like about this. Oh, that was like a hard crash too. She can't even see down there. There we go. Building these experts. What is this? What am I looking at? Boo! 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 Where is your shame? Where is your shame? What is this OST? Let me try. This is from Disillusion. Disillusion ST. I hear it. This is Rig's track, is it? We should get him to work on a project with us at some point. I don't know about all that now. I like his art. I haven't actually played the game though. I know it's like from it. I know all his stuff is like from a game. He made. Yeah, I know. Oh, who is Rig? It's the guy who made this. Yeah, it's the guy. I think this is also him. Yeah. What is this, like, abrupt shift? I have no idea what's causing this. There's no keyframes here. Are you an indie wannabe like me? You already know. You already know. Although indie doesn't really mean anything anymore. But that's a separate bitching session. But yes, we are making a video game and I have not received outside funding for it. Should I make this room grassy? Nice and grassy. Nice. Wannabe indie is a funny concept. It's real. Owen. There is a plague of wannabe indies. It's a real thing. Maybe I'd say I'm an actual indie. I don't know. There are lots of pretenders. I wonder if it's... The shrimp dude looks sick in the map. Thank you. Let's visit him. Well, let's get this animation done. Indie killed the hobbyist. That's what it means. Hobbyist might be a better word for me. That sounds about right. Like, I'm gonna, like, when the game comes out, I'm releasing it for $1, and the only reason it's gonna cost $1 is because I don't want, like, little kids to play it. And that's, like, that's the easiest way to get little kids away from your game, is to make it cost literally anything. Although I have run into the problem, what do I do? What do I do about kids watching my stream? I gotta find the way to make these streams unpalatable for children. I think it was the right call making this animation shorter. Go in here. Please export. Please. Please don't crash, Blender. Thank you. Re-import manually, I guess. Or happy. Let's see. You didn't like the 160 IQ guy? I love the guy with that guy with 160 IQ. I didn't believe it at first, but he proved it. He had proof. Unfortunately not possible, but if you filter them by not having Subway Surfers and Minecraft parkour in the corner of your screen and talking slowly. I feel like Subway Surfers would still work on an adult. Why her head black? Her head is black because it's a metallic. Because it has a metallic thing, and that's what Godot does with metal. If I go in here, there. I don't think I can actually edit it. Material, can I? Make unique. I don't need unique material. How do I access this material? $1 is too high. I mean, it's gonna. I don't know. It's gonna be a fair price when it's done. I want the game to cost nothing, but I don't want the game to be accessed by some people. And then if the game really needs to be free, then I'm also probably I might put it on like I don't know, I might give it to the fit girl. I might just give the game to the fit girl. Can you distribute my game on your website, please? I wonder if she would do it. But if I go in here to the maybe it's in import settings? Import dance. Well, can't edit it. They should let you edit the import setting. It's because their head is metal, that's why. And there's really not that much I can do about it. Maybe we can try go in here. Roughness. If I make the roughness 1, I export that. See what happens. Me personally, I like money. I like money too, that's why I have a job. That was fucked up. Okay, now our head looks, I mean, not more normal, but it's more lit. More lit now. If I go to my Fulbright room, it should look.
If you hate money, why don't you just say so?
It's still like that. It's because it's metal. You need to make it not metal at all. Subsurface, specular, no specular, till 0. You are 0 metal. Okay, now she looks like this, and she says this. Look like these, and I say these. There you go. Is this more what you... This is more what you would expect. Release on itch.io. I don't know about itch.io. I feel like I don't I don't take itch.io very seriously. That's where you go if you like I feel like itch.io is for indie it's for indie games. I feel like here, let me get the image. Let me get the image. Like a triple A game, you using SDL. I don't know anything about SDL, no. This is Godot right here. I've been working with Raylib too. And hopefully by the time I'm done with this game, I'll be experienced enough in Raylib that my second game can be in Raylib. Like just because the game is being made as a hobby doesn't mean I don't need to take it seriously. And I feel like I don't take itch games very seriously. Like the game's gonna be on Steam. The game's gonna be on Steam, and then after that I'm gonna try to make it like independently accessible. Which I don't know how that's gonna work. Emscripten web release? Maybe. It uses OpenGL. I don't think that's possible for this game because it's in Godot, but that would be possible in Raylan. Okay. Yeah, it sucks. All platforms are gay? Kinda. I agree. I just sent my buddy Ratko the live stream link. And I forgot that I made the thumbnail that fuck ass frog. Paying $100 is extra gay. I kind of agree. I don't know. Let's see what she looks like in here now. Hmm. No way. What's good, Ratco? What's good? What is this shit? This is a video game. I'm game devin. We're game devin right now. You see these bears? We have bears, we have this girl here, and we have this old buddy. This is ancient buddy. He's a little smaller than he was supposed to be. I hope I can make him big. Look at him go. W game devin? Fat. Good to see you here, Ratco. Now, how does she look in the playtest? Not bad, honestly. I don't like this look. I don't know. Is this better than the like super metallic? I'm not sure. Maybe I can make her a little metallic. Maybe I can make her just a little. I feel like 0 point. Export that. See how it goes. W game Devin. Look at that. My YouTube live stream is so. You know what? Where's my Rumble live stream? Because I have a. My Rumble live stream is very devoid of moderators. I need a new moderator. Oh, where's my Rumble? Like, how do I? I don't know how to make a moderator on Rumble, but this every man a moderator and every single person a moderator. I have 0 non-moderator viewers. Let's see what this looks like now. Okay, she still looks like that in the full bright room. Here, she's a little scary. She's a little scary. Okay, it's not a big change. Let's try 0.5. You making indie slop? Just own it? I don't think it's slop because I actually care. One way to put it is I'm very much willing to make this game worse if it means getting the vision out. Mods are gay. Well, you are a moderator. It's too late. Let's see. Okay. So far, this is a good mix. Her head. Like, let me go on itch.io right now. Let me look at itch.io. Like, you're telling this is the first thing I see when I open that itch.io, and you're telling me what I'm making is anything like this? This is nothing. There's nothing like this. I have nothing in common with this person. This dude right here, Cyrus Nementi. I have nothing in common with this guy. What's that game? Ultra Kill? I think of gay indie games, I think of Ultra Kill. I think that's a good example. A game that's trying so hard to be good that it like if your game doesn't mean anything to you, then why should it mean anything to me? Ooh, I got a like on my live stream, yay. I'll see I got a like on my live stream. Also, yes, Ratco, this is my personal sequel, The Garage. I want to play that game again. I want to play it on a live stream, but I want to like know everything about it before I play it on the live stream. I haven't played it enough. I've only played it enough to love it. I beat it like once. So fast. I just feel like it doesn't look like metal. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's gold. Or brass. It kind of looks like skin. A little too much like skin. Let's see what this does. I am new to this game, Devin. I don't know why I didn't read that before. I'm being a bad live streamer. I'm a bad boy today. I mean, the thought that one guy can make a commercial game for their first game is prime indie slot. Kinda. Kinda right. But it's not supposed to be a commercial game in the sense that, like, it's competing on a market. Aw, thank you, Raka. Touched, truly. There's like a little delay. I wonder what that's about. But this game is not intended to compete on a market. Which, by the way, all these indie games, they are trying to compete on a market. They just, like, they think that they're very humble because, oh, I'm selling my game for $15. You get incredible value out of my game. I'm selling it for $15. No, the game sucks. I like the guy jumping. It's a girl, Ratko. Her name is Sling. Makes you yo ho ho. I'm trying to. What's my favorite? My favorite animation she does is that one. Like the like she like does this twirl and she shoots you out. Also, I like this like little dance, like the little dance she does after. Scared the shit out of me. uh, you're uploading it to a market though? Yes. For the purpose of it being accessible, right? And I'm making it $1 so that it's pretty much free. What I'm not doing is optimizing how much, like, I'm not trying to optimize, like, oh, can I sell the game for $8? Like, I'm not trying to do any of this, like, satanic market speculation where you try to figure out, like, how much, like, value you can extract out of the labor you put into the game. Which, by the way, that is witchcraft. And the Bible says not to do it. Did you do the character models? I've done everything. Everything other than, like, the engine is me. I guess the sounds. I didn't make these sounds. I found them on freesound.org. But yeah, I did the character models. Everything. What is witchcraft? Witchcraft is like when you go, if you go into the middle of a Walmart, if you go into the middle of the Walmart and you say the N-word, right? The N-word is an example of witchcraft. Because you can either, you can say it, you can go to the group of people and you can say the N-word and they'll either beat the shit out of you, or depending on what group of people, maybe they'll love you too. If they love you, then you've performed like a love spell, and if they beat the shit out of you, then you've performed a hate spell. It's a spell. You're asking what the sin, like the actual sin behind witchcraft is. It's trying to go beyond your domain. The future is the realm of the Father. The future is the realm of his plan. Speculating on the future and trying to make a specific future is That's infringing on his domain. Which, that's also what Catholics think too, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if I like how her head's looking. I don't know. I'm like fiddling with her head material. Accessible means hosting, free hosting like GitHub and archive.org. You mean awareness, right? I don't know about awareness. Uh, I could host the game. GitHub might be a good idea. Archive might be a good idea. I plan to put the game for free somewhere. But on Steam it's gonna cost $1. I have no problems putting the game up for free on Archive. Or putting up for free on somewhere else. I'd prefer to put it up for free on somewhere kind of sketchy. Uh, just so that it's like not, I don't know, just so it's not like in a Google search result, right? You're a unicorn? I'm not a unicorn. I'm a Bible believing human being. Let's see how this new head looks. A little dark. A little dark. I think that's a good balance. Alright, let's edit her jump now a little bit. So if I go to the player, 0 point. Now in the jump, I mean, it's still pretty much the same position. Why does it feel so... It feels a little weird, the jump. Something about it doesn't feel right. There's like a little stutter there, do you see it? Game dev unicorn, ask your AI. Game dev unicorn. A highly sought after, rare developer who possesses a cross-disciplinary skill set. I guess so. I guess that does make me a unicorn. But I feel like I feel like most people should be that. Like I feel like that should just be normal. I don't know. Buddy Joey talks about that. Why does it feel... Something about it doesn't feel quite right. Like stuttering. I play the game at like 1/8 speed. see this. Let's see if this makes it better. That's a little too fast. This seems 0.5 seems about right. Feels a little better. Blow out the candle. It's not common because people, yeah, it's not common because people specialize and make teams to build something. Yeah, I mean yeah, that makes sense to me for why it's not common. But I think those people would find that they can make video games much more effectively if they don't specialize. And I think modern games generally not being very good is evidence of that. Like in the past, people were multidisciplined. How long have you been at this? I've been on and off. I started in October, but then I took a really big break. I don't know. Like, this is what the game looked like a long time ago. This is what the game looked like around, like, October. It's like this. So, also, welcome, Nolan. Live stream. W facts. So, we've come a pretty long way since then. Facts. But I'm quite a show. You're such a hoe. I'm just trying to grow. I'm making all this dough. Late to my skin, that's my medicine. Don't ask me how I've been. I fuck with Terios. In the past, like the early 80s, I would say in the past, like, probably up to, what? Like around Doom 3? Like, even Doom 3, I like read like John Carmack talk about it and some other people, and like they seem to be also that was definitely like the end of when games were made skillfully. Uh, but at that point, they were still Good for you being a unicorn. It feels weird calling myself that. I do genuinely think that that should just be the norm. What do we do? We work on the enemies. We fixed up our jump. Made her jump a little better. I'm thinking about how we're gonna do like the kind of Zelda jump. She runs up the ledge and then jumps up. Who is rapping? That was my buddy Terios. I put his OST on my playlist. I like it. Ding 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 ding. What do I work on? I'm like lost. Let's get this enemy going. Let's get this enemy going. Chat lag on Rumble is like 4 minutes. Damn, really? That's pretty bad. I don't know. I mean, I have a memory longer than 4 minutes, so at least I knew what you were asking about. He sounds like MC Nemesis. I don't even know what that is. That sounds funny. Let me look it up. I'm gonna tell him he sounds like that. That he'll get a nice little confidence boost. Drop a Rumble invite? What is that? I'm being real, I don't know shit about Rumble. I've never in my life had a Rumble viewer, let alone like a Rumble experience. Let's work on the enemies. They're biding my time. Let's make them general purpose, I guess. There. Should get rid of those. I should put that in the git ignore. There's a bunch of stuff I should have in the ignore. Oh well. Oh well. Enemy. Oh, what the fuck you should... UPL? Wow, UPL is here. In my life. What an honor. You know what? You deserve it. You've been such a loyal member of this community, UPL. That's right. Our newest standard moderator. Woo! 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 Someone get me a orange face biting nail. Axe. We're working on enemies right now. And I have two types. I have two types that I want to address. And I don't like this error. But let me get them in. Where's our scene? I'm gonna make a folder. For now, at least. There. Your type is going to be enemy now. Tab. Bring. Facts. Look at him go. Little UPL. Little UPL. What a wonderful guy. That's old buddy. Idle. Your animation tree. First of all, I should call it move instead of. But oh well. What am I thinking? There. Assign you to this animation. Most scripters are really too dumb to use GitHub. Yeah. I'm kind of too dumb too. I've only been learning about it like pretty recently. Jeez, I feel bad that the lag is so bad. What am I thinking? I need to go in the animation and change it. Bear. I guess I can change the crab instead. Ooh. models. Need to remember this. Look at all those. Aw. Look at all those little emoticons. Is that JD Vance? He killed the Pope. JD Vance killed the Pope. Just letting you know. He killed the Pope. There. Assets. If I go to my cram. There we go. It's such a wonderful day today. So we're gonna put one there, and we're gonna put one crab in a level. And we're just gonna see what they do. Unknown entity type crab. Their type should be enemy. What? And get child 3D. There we go. And it'll always be like that. I keep wanting to put the model in here. I don't like that. Data, armature. This should work so far. Let's see. The stream lag is probably on my end. The gay and spastic end mate? Oh. Okay. So the animations are now not playing. That's strange. What's happening? Run is not found. Oh, stupid. Travel to move. This is my gay channel. I'm learning. Funny. I don't know. And now it's going on. Get node move is not found in current state. Bear. Where's the bear? There's one. I really have so much stuff open that I don't need to. I'm on my 2006 laptop. It seems better now. Well, hopefully the game I'm making will be able to run on such a laptop. That's my goal. Now the bear doesn't seem to be animating. Animating? Did you really not import? It didn't import to loop, did it? Bear. Assets. Bear. Loop mode. Now where's the crack? It's linear. Import. Do you know Linux? I love Linux. Well, I don't love Linux. I tolerate it. I have a much higher tolerance for Linux than I do for Windows. Unfortunately, you can see we are on Windows, so. To be gay and correct? Much, I agree. Here you go, we have enemies now. I wonder why you're going in the ground. What distro? I've always liked Arch best. I know it has a reputation some people don't like, but I feel like it's kind of gay to like or dislike something based purely on a reputation. It's the one that just works. It's the one that's easy in my opinion. No, you want something, it's in the AUR. Your chat when green. It is green right now. It's very, very green. Not a lot of red, but a lot of green. I'm grateful for it. Can use my chat to evangelize. Bear's moving fine. Where'd old buddy go? Where the hell is old buddy? Up here? Where'd he go? Did he fall off? Oh wait, he just fell through the floor. Arch is hardcore? I don't think so. I think it's just the The compile it yourself distro, I mean, that's Gen 2, in my opinion. Like, Gen 2 is kind of hard, and Gen 2, like, the benefit of Gen 2 is that you get, like, oh, you compile everything yourself, and you can compile things with, like, all these flags. And when you compile things with these flags, you get to decide what stuff you do and you don't want. And it's like, I kind of get it, but also, like, come on. It makes your stuff like if you're holding the binary and the source code like all the time, it just makes it so everything like takes up twice as much space. And then like sure you compile it and it's a little like better performance or a little I don't know nicer, but that's I don't know that doesn't seem to be for most things. I hope that in the future Arch gets a reputation for what I think of it, which is that it's nice and it's easy and it just works. And it doesn't put up a fuss. And it doesn't like have that much of an agenda it's trying to push. Like you install Ubuntu. I have a buddy named Mark who installed Gentoo. Or not Gentoo, I meant Ubuntu. A buddy named Mark who installed Ubuntu. And like he's been living in hell because every single time he wants to install something, he has to choose between the APT version, the Snap package, and the Flatpak package because Ubuntu has 3 package managers that they want you to use. Like, what the hell? Like, and they call Arch the complicated one. They call Arch complicated, and Arch just has Pac-Man. I don't have to deal with 3 goddamn package managers, none of which work, by the way. All of them are, like, sandboxed in a weird way, so it's, like, impossible to get anything done. Like, I don't know. It's like Ubuntu. Every single time someone uses Ubuntu, it seems it, like, just gets completely fucked because naturally speaking, when you like go to Linux, you go to a Linux distro, you want to like recreate whatever you had on Windows. So they're installing all these app images too. They'll get these app images, they'll get these flat packs, they'll get these deb like .deb packages. They're really managing like 5 different like package managers. That's not even considering whatever these people are like compiling from source because they're getting shit off of like a GitHub repo. Uh, and it's like it's a complete clusterfuck trying to use Ubuntu. I'm a Mint user. I like Mint. Mint's probably all right. I installed Mint for like one of my cousins. It seemed to be all right, but I don't know anything about it. I think it's like I don't know if it's is it Debian or Ubuntu based. If it's Ubuntu based, then maybe it's gay. I hate Ubuntu so fucking much. The gayest like most. It's the most rambunctious distro in the entire world. And it's supposed to be the easy one. You like people tell you, "Oh, what do I install for Linux?" 90% of people say Ubuntu. They'll say Ubuntu or they'll say something like Pop OS, and that's just like Ubuntu but blue. Most of the distro's devs don't know what a woman is. I don't know what a woman is. I don't know what a woman is. For as many of you has been baptized into Christ have been put on Christ. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. For you all are one in Christ Jesus. And if ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. I don't know what a woman is. Women don't exist anymore. I'm liking the way that this little guy came out, though. It looks cool moving around. My gender is gay male. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist anymore. I have no idea what that is, but it's gone now. There was a nuclear bomb dropped. There was a nuclear drop bomb dropped on the spiritual realm. I'm thinking about John now. How John wanted to drop a nuclear bomb on that one city and Jesus told him like no because the future is gay male. I don't know. Some people say that John was gay. I don't think he was gay. You would probably think he's gay though. By modern standards, John was gay, but by real biblical standards, John was not gay. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do these different animations. Are you using Gay Dot's collision detection? I am using their collision detection, yes. Unfortunately, I am. It's not bad collision detection though. I don't know. I have problems with collision detection. Make collision detection is hard and a PETA. I'm not sure what you mean by a PETA. But yeah, I mean that was the most recent thing I did in Raylib was I did my own collision detection system. Uh, I'm an Australian homosexual if you couldn't tell. I thought you were from New Zealand, but collision detection is pretty hard. Like that was the big wall for me on Raylib for a long time was just figuring out how to do collision. And I got it done. I haven't done like a BSP tree or like a cell system in Raylib yet for like collision detection. So I'm just comparing all my colliders. Like the collision unit I chose was a capsule and a raycast. My idea of entities is just that okay, everything is a capsule that's like standing on a little pogo. Um, and Z is very gay. I agree. I've been there. But yeah, I found collision detection hard, and I'm running this capsule and this raycast past every single triangle that's in the map, which is a silly thing to do. But like, I don't know, do I do a BSP tree? Do I do like a binary space tree? I have no idea. Or do I just do like a grid? Like that's what Mario 64 does, I'm pretty sure. They just do a grid. Do I do a 2D grid? Do I do a 3D grid? I don't know. You're a bright young man? Aw. That touches my heart. How do I... That makes me happy. There we go. I receive this compliment in the name Christ Jesus. I hope you have something else going for you other than just game deving. This is kind of it. I don't know, I work in a warehouse. I get home, I do some game deving. But game deving, I don't know, it's a good hobby. Like, there's a lot to do. There's writing, there's music, there's 3D modeling, there's drawing, there's... Like, it's kind of the all-encompassing hobby, you know what I mean? You can do whatever you can do everything contained within just this one project. That's what I find appealing about it. Like when I'm sick of programming, I can go in Blender. I find it pretty easy and appealing. What I'm thinking about right now is how I'm gonna consolidate all these enemies together. And like, for example, I need them to make different sounds. How do I do that? How do I make these different sounds? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I think the first thing we can do is add a type. We have add an enum. So let's do a byte enum. I'm trying to escape the like object-oriented programming mindset. Thinking about how I'm gonna do this, because the default way that I've been taught to think about like enemies and like having similar things of different types is that I would make like a class called enemy, and then I would make subclasses called like flying enemy and ground enemy, and then I would make more subclasses called like called all these different things, and then you just kind of abstract into a million different pieces. And even though I know that that's a bad idea, I guess I haven't seen like what's the opposite? Like what do you do? What do you do otherwise? So I'm kind of intimidated. I respect your unicorn game deving. Are you not working with AI and land a dollar job? I don't know. I'm not very good with AI. I'm not that good with AI, and I'm also not very compatible with like other people when it comes to programming. Uh, you can kind of see I have a very, very particular way of doing things, and I would have to be getting paid a lot of money to go back to the way I was doing things before, which is the way that you're supposed to, the way that the engine and like all the jobs want you to do it. They would have to give me a lot of money to like go back to all that object-oriented crap. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I make enough money as it is. Like, what? I don't have that many monetary ambitions. Not to imply I dislike money. I feel like this is a better use of my skill set than getting a job. I could get a job and then all these skills I think would be kind of put to waste. Because I mean, especially because where I live, like software doesn't mean anything. Like where I live, if you have a software job, it means that you're like an economic parasite, basically. You're not contributing anything, so I feel like the situation I'm in now, where I just have a regular job where I'm like kind of contributing to society, and then like I get home and I have this hobby where I like do something like purely for an artistic purpose. That's a lot. It's a lot more fulfilling to me. Like I'm working on these artistic skills, so I'm putting them to an artistic if you keep at this track, you'll be the next Jonathan Blow in 5 to 10 years. Is that really what you want? Maybe not 5 to 10 years, maybe more like 30. But that is kind of what I want. I admire Jonathan Blow a lot. I'm excited because he's releasing Jai soon. I'm excited to see like how that feels to use. Because right now the best option for game deving is to use C and Raylib. And then everything else is kind of just code. But is that what I really want? Like kinda. The only thing is he wants to make money with his games, you know? I'm definitely more pretentious than Jonathan Blow. I care a lot about the art. Like, I don't just want to make something that's successful. I want to make something that I actually think is meaningful, which I think there's very few games that have accomplished that path. Like this game is a lot of what it's about. It's not just about this, but a lot of what it's about is simulating palace economy, like uh like these ancient Akkadian, palace economies, and it's simulating their collapse. Uh, I could go on about it for hours, but I feel like a lot of people in the United States do not like understand historical economics at all. John is a true independent developer, not an indie. I agree. I think I think I'm kind of like pulling from him when I talk about like I don't want to be an indie dev. I want to be I want to be more like him, where he's like Jonathan Blow is not uploading. He didn't put Braid on Twitch, or I mean, he didn't put Braid on itch.io. So in that regard, I think he was absolutely correct. I need to move some of these variables. Default. What is the difference between these two? I don't know. The size is bigger than the capacity. What was I doing? Preferences. Can I just remove this? Was I like completely tweaking putting that in? Ah, weird. John came up at the right time. You have a lot harder than he did. I don't know about all that. It does feel like it's pretty easy for me to just like go and something. If I make a static public, and this is contained to the type. So if I make this and make hopefully, will this work the way I think it is? Let me consult a a robot real quick. Because this is a catastrophic mistake if it's not doing what I think it is. Pretty sure this is what the static keyword's for. This feels a little cleaner to me. Do you do gay game jams? I did one game jam. Actually, I've done a couple game jams, but I'd stopped. And I kind of feel bad because right now my friend Rowley is hosting a game jam and he was inviting me to it, and I was just telling him no, I was telling him no because I don't feel like I could make a good game, like a good meaningful game, in that amount of time. You can call me Ben. I got you, Ben. But I think that makes sense. Do I need to? I don't need to be casting it as an int. It's already an int. An int. Just do it for me, robot. Just do it for me. But don't cast for no reason. Stupid. I don't want to type 5 characters. Is this better? You should get good at game jams? I'd like to. I'd like to. The only reason I refuse to do them is just because good enough. Not yet, at least. Hopefully I will be. But I don't like the idea of just like practicing and like just shitting stuff out. John Blow invented game jams. I believe it. I didn't know that, but I believe it. And it's like the effect of game jams that I see is that a bunch of shitty games get posted on itch.io. And I don't know. I guess I'm a little conflicted on it. Like, yeah, that's how you get better. Your expectations are too high. Well, I think high expectations are. I feel like everyone else's expectations are too low. Could just be me. And I could be wrong. I'm very open to the idea that I'm wrong about all this stuff. I've made like a huge mistake. But like for example, if it was a different art form, I think people would be a little more critical. Like you have a music jam, and music jams do exist. Music jams do exist, and I'm sure there's a such thing as like art jams. Like people will make art on posted on Twitter, and it's like completely meaningless, and it's just like I drew this character in a golden bikini, right? And they'll do that all the time. But this is a way of like just practicing, but it's not like actually producing art. It's not actually producing music. Like no matter how good it is, would you seriously listen to music that's made in a music jam? I don't think I would. For, I mean, pretty much the same reason I don't like to play all these indie games. Why should I listen to and enjoy your art if you did not if you did not listen to and enjoy your art? There's if you don't value the thing that you made, then I don't think the consumer should value it at all. High expectations is a thing of the past. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm ancient. Called improv. I'm just looking at this little guy. Improv musicians are the best in the world. I don't know if that's the same. Like, are you talking about jazz? I don't think that's the same. I don't think like a jazz musician is making something like completely meaningless. I think the best jazz musicians are expressing something. Just because they're expressing it like on the spot, right? Doesn't mean, and they're not really expressing it on the spot. They're expressing things that they're just expressing it. I'd say more expressed dynamically. Like you think when a jazz musician plays a lick that they've never played that lick before, like they have these component parts that they do. Do a game jam and just think of your audience as autistic retards. Yeah, I think my problem with a game jam is a me thing, where I would happily do a game jam if I had the confidence that I could make something that was actually meaningful within the parameters of the jam. But it is important to me that the thing I make is meaningful. I don't want to just like shit stuff out that I don't even care about. I think it helps in art, anything artistic. I think it helps a lot to know that the person who made it cares about the thing that they made. I think once you know that someone doesn't care about the thing that they made, it's very hard to care about it yourself as the consumer. All musicians jam, that's where the term game jam came from, right? I see what you're saying. You need to test your principles before strengthening them. I kind of agree. I don't know, cause like I knew that object-oriented programming was bad before I was able to like test that and like prove it. I definitely reached the conclusion before I had evidence for it, and now it's only like now, after a very long time, that I'm able to like prove it on the spot with like evidence and examples. Whereas before, I just like kind of had the feeling. I had the feeling, so I'm not sure if it's wrong, or like I maybe not wrong, but if it's incorrect. Have a strong principle before that principle is like fully tested out. I think this is what the Bible. This is what the Bible says about pride, right? Where the way that we handle pride biblically is not to like just hide it away and like keep it in your mind and like you proselytize to other people what's good, and then you kind of like lash at yourself in your mind like stop being prideful. The way you stop being prideful is you humiliate yourself. The way that you stop being prideful is you show that pride to God. You show that pride to all the people around you and you let them humiliate you, right? um so in the same way, I feel like the way to like test these ideas is to believe in them strongly first, and then if you're wrong then you'll get humiliated. You'll be embarrassed when you're proven wrong, when you maybe it's proven wrong by someone else, or maybe it's proven wrong by your own experience. But I know it's just Bible beating, but I feel like that's where I'm pulling from when I say that you can have a strong feeling about something before you ever test it. And that's a lot of people. You find that everywhere. And it's something I notice a lot of people are ashamed of. They call it like confirmation bias. They call it confirmation bias, and then they have the confirmation bias. OOP is bad because it's pure ideology and not compute focus. Like the idea of clean code. Like I know there's like Uncle Bob in his book, but like just the idea of like, oh, my code is clean looking. The way my code looks is more important than what it does. But like I don't know. Like a lot of people tell me my code is very ugly. Like I don't have enough white space. I don't have enough white space, and I do everything in a strange way. They think this is ugly, and because it's ugly, it's bad. But it's like I feel like there's pretty big benefits to, for example, I don't do white space, therefore I never need to think about if I should put white space somewhere. It it helps me write to not have to think about that. A good way to eliminate a decision, or a good way to come to a good decision, is to eliminate the decision before it ever has to be made. So like some people might call me a silly person, but no, I feel like I've been vindicated so far. I have two monitors. On my other monitor, I'm trying to look at what Legend of Zelda did for like all its different enemies. But I'm not having an easy time finding it. Ocarina. I'm looking at Ocarina of Time specifically. How about Ark? Do you know about Uncle Bomb? I don't know that much about it. I just know enough to know that I don't like it. I don't remember what FARC is. I think I have to look it up. I've heard it before. It's like an acronym, right? Is that an acronym? I swear I've heard. No, it's not. It can't be. Is it? Am I hallucinating? I feel like I'm hallucinating. Oh God, no, 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 no! I read it wrong. I'm retarded. I'm the biggest LARPer in the world. How the fuck do you know about Uncle Bob? I need to like lash myself with a whip for reading that so wrong. I need to lash myself with something. Yeah, I, I figured that out that it's speech for fuck. I need to like need to like drink an entire like bottle of vinegar as punishment. I don't know. Yeah, I know about Uncle Bob. I don't know where I know him from. I just know. I mean, he's like famous, right? Like if you know about Brian, if you know about like what's his name, John Carmack. You know about like John Carmack and American McGee and what are some other famous programmers? Brian Will. I like Brian Will a lot. Jonathan Blow. Who's the guy that made a Roller Coaster Tycoon? I know about the guy who made Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like I feel like in with those names, and like Terry Davis is like Uncle Bob. Chris Sawyer. Chris Sawyer is who I was thinking of. What am I looking at? You are already an integer. You are already an integer. You don't need to be cast. My buddy Iron Lung made this song. How old are you? You know all this old shit? I'm like 20, 21. I was born a while ago. Might as well pull this up here. I don't know why I'm hiding it on my other monitor. Like, where would I find enemy stuff? I don't know. I like Control F the whole code base. Damn. Why? I'm ancient. I am Unk. I am Unk. I like actors.
See.
I don't know John Blow that much, but if he has a pay for access, you should do it. I don't think he has pay for access. You have to like email him. Maybe if I finish this game, I know he gets like very annoyed with people asking for Jai. So I definitely want to like prove. I would definitely like to, if I ever sent him an email, I would want some credentials behind it to like prove that I'm not an asshole. I'm not looking for Deku Baba. Init, destroy, update, drop. Okay. This is like header stuff. Can I go to this? Are you in his Discord group? I didn't know he had one. I did not know. Hold on, I have to show. Just got a message. I have to show someone my little chimney. Where's my little chimney? I need to show my little chimney. Here it is. This is my little chimney. It's unofficial, but I think he's there. I gotta look for it. I gotta look for that. What am I looking for? What's a good OST to play? I like the Kingsfield. Give me some Kingsfield OSTs. Ding ding, it did ding ding, ding ding. Anyways, we're looking in here. I have my own little board. I can post it here actually. Here you go for anyone who wants notifications when I do a live stream. That's where I post them. Drink and die. Okay. Actor Moran. So where is this type defined? Type def struct. It has an actor, an array of vector 3 floats, skeleton. What is action funk? I wonder what that is. Action funk. Target sway angle. That sounds right. What's an actor? ID. Category. So complicated. It's making me fearful. Making me fearful. sound effect that plays when and then it's cleared on the. That's smart. I like that. That's smart. Okay. I might steal that. That's a good idea. Let's see. Position player plus camera focus. High offset of the lock-on error. So it looks like embedded in each of our enemies is going to be its data type. I need to study this. I need to really like hunker down and study that. Because these enemies are going to be a lot of what make the game. Wow. The thinking about enemies, all the stuff we do. You would need an offset. This is making me rethink a lot of stuff about my game, how it works. Just so I can be productive while I'm thinking. 1.48 join. Ah, nice. I gotta welcome our newest moderator. Wonderful, wonderful. Trying to get this thing bigger, so it's 1.48. You. I want you to be a keyframe, I just want the rest position to be bigger. I love this OST so much. This Kingsfield 4. Oh, what happened? It's a disaster, what happened? How do I make this guy bigger without destroying everything? So what's the game about? Do you write also? The game is about... What is it? It's I was talking earlier about how the game is about simulating like a temple economy, but that would feel a little like it's not just about that. Sorry, I'm just getting this stuff. Yep. I go on my action editor. It'll... How do I describe what the game's about? I guess a gay way to put it is that it's communicating my understanding. I'm communicating the way that I understand the world, how things like work through the through this simulated economy and through these characters. I guess I'm kind of like writing my own book of Revelation. Like that sounds like a stupid thing to say, but what I mean is because the book of Revelation, it talks about a future event, but also everything in Revelation is like happening all around us, all like it's happening all the time. Uh, and I think this game is kind of in a similar way. Like this game is describing on its surface a future event, like it takes place in Pangea Ultima, but it's also supposed to be describing things that I see around me all the time, describing types of people that I observe and interact with in my daily life. Let's export this dude. The only thing is that the Book of Revelation is very holistic. I feel like with this game I'm only describing like a section of reality that I've like focused in on. Like this game does not reflect what I think about like Chinese people, if that makes sense. Like everything that I'm depicting in this game is localized where I live and to my own circumstance and to my language. So in that sense, it's not universal like the Book of Revelation is. So you're a lot bigger now, a lot more intimidating. Get me. That's kind of scary. I like it. I think a lot about how I'm going to end up writing these characters in this game. They've been with me for a pretty long time, actually. At least long time as of like now. Always a long time. Sounds good, better. I do have a lot of pretentiousness, but obviously I'm not ashamed of it, which is I maybe should be. I'm gonna write in. Kind of cool that you can write these things. I might let you do that later. Ah. Can I make you rotate a little slower? What if I do this? And it's like, this is not the way I would have described the game like a year ago. But like ago. I would not have described the game in this way. So that's just like everything's always changing. This game and I understand things better. Like I understand. I mean, I guess in this case, it's understand scripture better. It is very important. The most important thing. Like, I don't know. It makes me sound like fanatical and weird, but it's like I'm very serious that if you look in the Bible, you will find things that you did not realize were already in you. Good test of asset pipelines too. That's what you're talking about. Game jams make you think of simple and focused on core things. That's how I see them. I could see them the same way too. And I would be open to a game jam if I could accomplish what I think that I need to accomplish. The only problem is I have a much higher standard for what I need to accomplish. Like, I need to make something meaningful that I care about. Which I don't think I'm very capable of in a game jam. One thing is I need to make the player rotate. The player doesn't rotate with this thing that we're on. But I agree that a game jam can help you like get better. A game jam will help you get better at the skill of like computer programming and like making assets quickly and being a good pipeline. And I think that comes at the compromise, at least for me, it comes at the compromise of which I think I've demonstrated. But I put a very high importance with my little pretentious rambling. No, but it's made less pretentious because I said it's pretentious. You understand, guys? I admitted that I'm being pretentious, so that means I'm not actually being pretentious, right? 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 I like watching this little guy move. I think I'll give him a center of mass. Games are about prototyping, not finished games. Yeah. Like, are you saying like the intention of a game jam is to start a game and then when the jam is done, you like finish it later? I see that a lot. It's like a way to like push a demo. But like all these game jams have like themes, and they kind of like you kind of. I feel like the best game jam would just be one that's like empty, but you can't really do that because then people will cheat. So very indie to think it's about finished games. I don't know. I think things should be complete. Like right now, I'm planning on this game releasing a demo for this game, but the demo for this game is gonna be like a complete package on its own. It's not gonna be like an unfinished version of this story. It's gonna be a different story, a different like story and kind of different setting. Uh, if that makes sense. Like I want the demo for this game to be its own like small but complete and meaningful in its own way thing. I think of like Pikmin 1 is kind of a demo for Pikmin 2. I think that's a pretty good one. Pelting this guy. I don't know, I'm kind of just admiring my own little model here. Kind of scary looking. Thinking about what sounds I should give him. Complete prototype, vert slice, a finished game is not a game jam game. I mean, I see people release game jam games that are like finished and then they never touch them again. So maybe if they're doing it wrong, then they're doing it wrong. But that's what I see happen. Vert slice? I like that term. Like a vertical slice of a complete thing. Where'd my bear go? Bear is downwards. A prototype is also a good market test. I agree. I definitely made these rockets way too detailed for how small they are in game. I was being very autistic about like I need them to be like I need them to look functional, and then you go in game and it's just like a it doesn't even look like anything. It just looks like a little doesn't look like much. I believe it's a good market test. I don't really need a test. I mean, I don't know. It would be kind of nice. Oh, I've set the game for $1 on Steam and now I'm rich. I can't pretend that that wouldn't be nice. That makes me think about my rocket system. I don't want to work on that. So much stuff to work on. I love game devin. I feel like I got enough stuff done early in the stream that I don't feel too bad. I don't feel too bad just kind of walking around, watching the scenery. Have you read any game dev books? I really haven't, no. Not big, not a big like book person. And every single person I've seen who like, I just got a programming book, I'm gonna learn this thing, they never learn. Usually because they don't read the book at all. Like maybe the book is good and they're just like, I don't know. I see a lot of people who are obsessed with, they're so obsessed with learning that they never actually get to doing the thing. They never like they never learn. I don't know. Very skeptical of game dev books for that reason, even though I don't have like a reason to think that they're bad. What I do, the only thing I do, like for like learning outside of just doing stuff, is I'll study like other people's code. Like if I know that I admire the way that they do things, like I would like to, whatever, if someone ever leaks it, I would like to see the code for like Braid or like Order of the Sinking Star. I'd like to see that code. I know that in general I like the way N64 games are made. So whenever like someone decompiles one of those, I'll like look at that. You know, like just now we were looking at what Zelda did for these enemies to like get a feel for what I should be doing for them. I feel like that's like the extent of my learning, like outside resources. I mean, I'll watch videos too. That's kind of a lie. I will definitely watch like some YouTube video, like a what's his name? T.S. Oding, Soding, Zozing. I like his stuff. I'll watch like Jonathan Blow streams sometimes. I'll catch them often, but usually has Gemeralds. People pay $50 for new physical retro games. I believe it, yeah. That sounds like something my dad would do. I would probably pay. I don't know if I'd pay $50, but I'd pay some money for like just a burned Dreamcast disc, like some of the games I like. Just because I don't know, I get scared of like ruining the discs that I have of these for my Dreamcast games, so I don't play them often. But if someone was just selling like burned discs and like, yep, this disc has Sonic Adventure 1 on it, and you plug it in, like I'd probably buy it. I mean, that's probably already a thing people do, but I haven't looked. I think now that the pelvis is fixed, I think tomorrow it's getting to be 10 p.m. over here. And 64 Dreamcasts are pretty easy to do and publish yourself. I'd like to make like a GameCube or Dreamcast game. I would like to do that a lot. Like with Raylib or something, that sounds awesome. I don't know. I would make like my own game. But NES is flooded with NES Game Maker crap, yeah. I would definitely do a good game. Retro collectors are boring assholes, but they spend money if that's what you want, yeah. I kind of understand it. Like I have a bunch of Dreamcast games, but also like I used to play it when I was like a kid. I would play my Dreamcast and I would play like my Wii and stuff. Little anachronistic, but in a box they'll buy everything. It's funny. I think if I was gonna make like a game for an old console, it would probably be a GameCube. Just because like everyone has a GameCube emulator, so it's not asking that much of them to like play it on PC. Uh, so if I could compile a GameCube game, that would be very nice. I think my jump is too much. If I play, how do I adjust this before I forget? Should jump. Hmm. Should walk when this should that. Should jump. Is action to be pressed and you can ramp the game emulators for digital distro. Can you really? I didn't know that. Retro is about physical, so it has to boot. Yeah. I would make like two separate versions. I would just be like, what my imagination for how I would distribute a GameCube game is I sell like the discs in the box, everything, and then like with the game comes like a little like SD card or like USB-C thing that has like something you can execute on your computer. So just like to give you both. That's my idea. I didn't know you could do that though. It's very interesting. It makes me excited. I love game deving. Keep loving. I love game deving more and more every day. It's not starting up soon. I think I can get rid of this like velocity. All PlayStation versions still won't boot homebrew. Hmm. That's nice. I like that. Without a mod chip, I see. So yeah, probably no PlayStation games. I think a Dreamcast. Dreamcast will just run whatever, right? Or am I thinking of something else? You blow out the candle. DC is old school. OpenGL1. I think Raylib lets you select which version of OpenGL you use. I didn't know it had OpenGL at all. I assumed you would have like had to use its own stuff. Xbox was DX9. I'm glad I don't know, it just feels kind of fun to move around in this game. Dreamcast had DX7, but it's limited and slow. You're very knowledgeable about all this stuff. I'm very impressed. I feel bad that I gotta end the live stream soon. We didn't accomplish that much in the latter half of this stream, but we kind of front-loaded all our work at the beginning, I think. I'm so intimidated by enemies, by how to do all the enemies with like their different states. What enemies am I gonna have? Like right now they're all the same. But like for example, I want the crab to make a sound when it moves, and I want the bear to make a sound when it steps. So I have to assign both of them some kind of switch. Do I do that all in the enemy update loop? I have no idea. Do I have a general like actor update and then I have my player inherit from that? That's also something I don't know. That seems like a lot. Kind of scary. Kind of scary. Like, am I doing like a miniature like ECS thing? I might be, honestly. Like half-ass ECS. Like everything is an actor. OG Xbox was DX 8.1, not 9. I see. I don't know anything about DirectX at all. I only know OpenGL. No worries, good stream. Yeah, I have to go here at around like around 10. I want to accomplish one more thing before I go. What's something I can maybe let's start on our like running jump. So run around the ground. Let's have you transition to a fall. You're not on the ground. Just some very quick, dumb programming. Ah, no. Let's see. Minus equals. Kind of nice. Little basic little feel. I don't know why I just accepted all that like code and I'm like changing. There we go. We can have a Zelda jump now. Boing. I wonder what that was all about. That was a little crazy. No idea what that bug was, but oh well. We have our thing going. We have our thing going. All right. Thank you, everyone who came to the live stream, especially my buddy Ben, but also Nut Bustly, Joey Chimney. What was his name? What was his name? No, Nolan. Nolan too. And yeah. UPL, Ratco. All my buddies pulled up tonight. It's been a wonderful live stream. And we will be back tomorrow around the same time with more game devin. So yeah. Alright. Goodbye. Goodbye.